Hey, this is Jerry Aiken at Pierce Chapel. Thank you for joining me for this midweek meditation. Let me ask you something. Has anyone disappointed you lately? Maybe they said something that they shouldn't have said, or maybe they didn't say something that you really needed to hear. Or maybe they let you down, walked away, or just didn't show up the way that you had hoped they would. If we're honest, disappointment is part of every relationship. And the deeper the relationship, the deeper the disappointment can cut when it happens. Sometimes it's not even those big, major things. Sometimes it's the little repeated moments that slowly eat away at us and wear on our hearts. If we're not careful, that disappointment can turn into something much heavier. It can turn into resentment or bitterness, or even create further distance. In Psalm 55, the psalmist says, "Now it is not an enemy who insults me, otherwise I could bear it. It is you, a man who is my peer, my companion, and a good friend." There's something about being hurt by someone close to us that feels different. And the truth is, if you live long enough, you will experience that kind of disappointment. But here's where this becomes real for us. We often spend so much energy trying to control how other people treat us. We replay conversations in our heads. We imagine better outcomes. We wish they would change, apologize, or finally understand. But just like we said last week, peace doesn't come from controlling everything. Peace comes from inviting Christ into the middle of what we cannot control. And people are something that we certainly cannot control. In Ephesians 4, we're told, "Let all bitterness, anger, and wrath, shouting and slander be removed from you. And be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving one another just as God also forgave you in Christ." That doesn't mean that whatever has happened didn't hurt. And it doesn't mean that we need to ignore the hurt or pretend that everything's okay when it's not. But it does mean that we don't have to carry it forever. Sometimes the next step is not fixing the relationship. Sometimes the next step is simply releasing the weight of our disappointment. What does that look like? Maybe it's choosing not to replay that conversation in your head again. Maybe it's praying for someone that you'd rather avoid. Or maybe it's simply saying, "God, I can't fix this, but I trust you with it." When we hold on to disappointment, it eventually begins to take hold of us. But when we place it in God's hand, that disappointment begins to loosen its grip.